Learn to breathe. Something I want to share with you. The context for this is a weekend trip that I recently took. Specifically, it was just one night, but I call it a weekend trip because I thought it was really grand. And I'm out here in the LA area, and I went to Koreatown with a very special friend of mine. If you're watching this, shout out to you, brother. But it was a lot of fun. We went to a fancy Korean barbecue place where a whole bunch of K-pop artists and things of that nature, they signed their names and put it on the wall. It's really cool to go there, but it's also cool to just visit the surrounding restaurants and stores and bars and get a feel for what nightlife is like out there. And in the season of grinding and trying to better myself in every possible way, I found that it's very important to breathe. In other words, just live life a little, as they say. Take a moment to stop and just enjoy time go by for a little bit. I believe that's a really necessary exercise, especially if you're constantly on the grind. You sense the urgency to keep getting better because you don't want to be in another place, namely a worse spot than maybe you were before. And that is totally valid. But I would submit to you that should you decide to pause and look back for just a few moments, you would see that you actually probably have made more progress than you have realized, right? I get this concern a lot. People say, I'm not leveling up as fast as I could be, and I'm not getting the results as fast as I could be, and things of that nature. I get it, right? But this is just a simple challenge I pose, right? I would just say, take a deep breath, pause, turn around, and look how far you've gotten, right? And oftentimes, people underestimate what they've actually done. If you really set your heart to something, and that has been on your mind nonstop for a prolonged period of time, several weeks, months, even in that kind of time frame, you can look back and see that you have come away from where you started. And you can then say, I have become a different person, even just in those few weeks or in those few months, and have made undeniable progress to myself. Like, I can see it, and yeah, it's amazing. Then keep going. And then all of a sudden it becomes undeniable to the people around you, and then they just start acknowledging reality. And if reality aligns with what you want, amazing, right? That's the best feeling ever. But I would implore you that those kinds of things only come when you allow yourself to breathe. And even from a creativity perspective, I find, in my experience, that I get inspired when I learn to let go for a little bit and look at the world again with fresh eyes. That way, when I get back to the grind, I'm more informed of what it is that I need to do. In fact, I'm less distracted and there's more clarity, right? I know what it is that I have to do. I know what I shouldn't be focusing on. And it's only in those little moments of pause that I can understand and get a clearer picture of where it is I need to go. Sometimes we go so far ahead so quickly that we ignore the peripherals, right? But if you pause, you can look at everything with low pressure and then get a clearer picture of where it is you need to go next. So, but also, you do get a clear picture of what you have done. And then all those concerns of, I'm not leveling up fast enough, or I'm not doing enough, should be put to rest. And that's a source of encouragement for you to just keep going, right? And the goal is you repeat that over and over and over again until you literally have written a saga that you can tell your friends about, tell your family about, tell your kids about, right? And keep it alive, right? Keep your story alive so you inspire others and, present someone with hope, especially in this day and age when people think that many things are impossible when they really aren't. So that's the video. Hope you found this helpful, and I will catch you in the next one.